Welcome to our TED Talk.
I'm Aaliyah.
I'm Java.
I'm Zuri.
And I'm Jared.
And we are
Team
Knoxville. In today's TED Talk, we will discuss recommendations for policy change in our district through an equity lens. Our district's budget is nearly $500 million, but funding isn't equitably distributed. That's an issue.
Black boys are 6 times more likely to be suspended and 8 times more likely to be expelled than any other population in our district. That's an issue.
My GPA is a 3.7, and my friend at a more affluent school has the same GPA, but her ACT score is 10 points higher than mine. That's an issue.
We're supposed to be a one-on-one school, but in reality, we're sharing computers. How am I supposed to get my work done? That's an issue. So how do we fix it? Pre-K through success. Pre-K through success is a district-wide program
That provides wraparound services for all students from early childhood education through high school.
This is done by overhauling the current district funding structure to a needs-based model
And adding additional in-school supports to make our system more equitable. How many of you think that pre-K is important?
Yeah.
Raise your hand. Yeah. The good news is that high-quality early childhood education improves outcomes, narrows achievement gaps, and creates long-term benefits for children in school and in life. This is especially the fact for children from low-income families. Typically, however, only 1/3 of 3 and 4-year-olds in our district were enrolled in preschool in 2017. What we want is for our preschool to be expanding and for there to be a focus to be put on children from low-income families. We believe equity needs to start early.
So when you hungry, do anybody feel like doing work? No. I don't either. So according to studies, 46% of children from low-income families say hunger negatively impacts their academic performance. Hungry children have lower math scores, are more likely to repeat a grade, and often miss school entirely. We believe students who receive benefits during school should also receive benefits outside of school. We would like to see the district provide wraparound services like mental and dental health programs during the school day for students who may not have access or transportation. Also to help parents that may not be able to take time off for doctor's appointments. On the school level, we give students who qualify for the free or reduced lunch a weekend food basket to ensure that students get enough to eat. So do you all think literacy is important? Yeah! It is. Literacy is the foundation of education. So students who are able to read on grade level by the end of 3rd grade are 3 to 4 times more likely to graduate high school and attend college. We would like to see the district commit to allocated budget funds based on a needs-based assessment that is sensitive to poor literacy rates. These funds will be used to encourage the community to commit to raising literacy scores. By taking this approach, we will ensure that students are able to perform highly in and outside of school through graduation, and that we emphasize that equity focuses on meeting the needs of students holistically.
How many of you have regular one-on-one talks with your guidance counselors in middle school too? No. We share a common problem. In our district, incoming freshmen are leaving 8th grade unaware of the importance of a GPA and transcripts for post-secondary education. And due to overwhelming counselor to student ratios, counselors have limited to no interaction with students. To combat this problem, we would like to initiate professional development programs for teachers. Teachers will be expected to counsel and support students by checking grades and ensuring high school readiness. By taking this approach, we will ensure that parents and teachers have communication and counselors have less caseloads. We would do this in a setting similar to what you all may know as advisory. Another thing we'd like to initiate is power hours. This will be an allotted time period during your school day that focuses on ACT prep, homework help, and tutoring. We will also ensure that every 8th grader takes an ACT at least one time before their entrance into high school, further preparing them for high school. We would also like to see more time devoted to fighting chronic absenteeism. This is where students miss 10% or more of the school year. This issue is a primary cause of low academic achievement at every grade level, and we believe the best way to get in front of this issue is to fund family engagement coordinators who would emphasize the importance of good attendance and help parents prioritize good attendance. Family engagement is a key component of educational equity, and we believe when parents and teachers work together, students will always excel.
How many of you will be freshmen generation college students. I will be too, so we all understand the severity of supporting them. Power Hour will continue from middle school on to high school, and it will serve as an enhanced study hall that will focus on post-secondary support like understanding the FAFSA, funding college, and navigating the admissions process. We will also continue to help first-generation college students and put in volunteer speakers that will encourage and inspire the students. Early post-secondary opportunities, or EPSOs, are advanced placement, dual enrollment, and dual credit courses. Experts recommend that schools use standardized testing scores as part of the process to determine whether students are ready to achieve in these courses. However, prerequisite courses, minimum GPAs, and teacher and council recommendations may all serve as barriers for underrepresented students to be enrolled in these courses. We believe that all students should have access to EPSOs by creating equitable requirements. One-to-one technology also plays an issue for our students. In our district, one high school has a one-to-one ratio of MacBooks, while another primary low-income school, students are often forced to choose between not getting their work done or sharing a Chromebook. Consequently, there's approximately a 7-point disparity between the mean ACT scores of these two schools. We would like to see our district focus on improving academic achievement and providing more career and college-ready graduates through ACT prep, Microsoft Office classes, and other support for daily assignments. We believe equity is when all students receive the resources they need so they graduate prepared for success after high school.
On the district level, we will develop a plan to recruit and retain teachers of color. We will incentivize teachers to work and stay at low-performing schools, and will provide teachers with cultural competency and implicit bias training, as well as put teachers through trauma-enforced care training.
Yes.
Our district will promote equitable discipline by implementing tiered disciplinary policies as opposed to the zero tolerance policy. We'll also place mental health professionals in all schools to ensure that we will place mental health providers in schools that will cut down on student time outside of school. And we'll also use providers that accept Medicaid that will reduce or eliminate costs for families. We'll also reevaluate the one-on-one technology program and look to business and community partners. And as well, we will also ensure that parent engagement is meaningful and addresses culture and language barriers.
So, we all understand that none of this can happen without money. School funding comes from 3 primary sources. 10% is federal, 45% is state, and 45% is local. And for our district overhaul, we'll be focusing on local dollars.
Local funding is heavily reliant on property taxes. In our restructure, we would change this by working with our local government. We will keep the same starting per pupil expenditure, but we will add weight to students based on economically disadvantaged status and academic achievement needs. Essentially, we will provide more resources to schools that need it more, assuming that we know which students, therefore which schools need the most resources. For example, the average starting per pupil expenditure is $10,000. We will add $1,000 to $2,000 per pupil to schools serving more high-need students. This will allocate resources in a meaningful way.
We will also ensure transparency and accountability with our Equity First budget. We'll make sure that all district spending is both reported and accounted for. And finally, we will also make student-centered decisions because the budget should be based on what students need, not adults.
So what's our short-term impact? What would we like to see happen in the next 2 to 3 years? We would like to see higher high school graduation rates,
Higher ACT scores,
Higher college enrollment,
More CTE and EPSO participation,
higher work certification,
decreased chronic absenteeism,
more preschool enrollment,
and increased parent and teacher relationships. What we expect long-term is higher literacy rates,
higher college readiness,
higher college matriculation rates,
increased discipline disparities,
increased diversity in teachers and administrators,
lower incarceration rates,
narrowing the achievement gap,
and lastly, all students will have equitable access to quality education.
Pre-K for Success will afford every child a quality education by reducing disparities,
closing the achievement gap,
Increasing academic achievement,
and providing the equity that all students need to succeed in college, career, and life.
So, are you ready to succeed?